when you're fishing for any fish, the trick is to keep bait trickling in. Keep feeding the fish. Every 3 to 4 minutes, just a pinch of maggots into a catapult and trickle them in. You're not looking to overfeed the fish, but you are trying to get them to compete enough so they start actively searching for your hook bait. Sometimes fish are not in the mood for feeding, and you can actually kickstart them into eating by trickling in your loose feed. Now we're using maggots here, and I'll get onto them in a second, but delivering the bait out into the swim is really important that you use the right tool. Now this is the Camazam PoleKat. Camazam make a number of catapults. They do 3 different types. They do the PoleKat, they do the canal cat, and they do the river cat. And in each of their ranges they have a number of elastic powers, so you can marry the type of swim you're fishing to the right catapult. Now the PoleKat is perfect for what we're doing here. We're float fishing and we're putting baits out about 20-30 yards, not much further, and this is handling it perfectly. It has a nice little cup here, very ergonomic. It's designed more for pole anglers who need to feed single-handedly. They need everything to work very quickly and easily for them. And as I said, it just pops the bait out. Now the scatter is quite big. It's not tight baiting at all, but really for this type of fishing I wouldn't want it to be too tight anyway. I want the fish moving around the swim, hunting out the bait, and it's keeping it sort of in a 10-yard square area, and that for me is perfect. If I wanted more accurate baiting, I probably would have to then move over to pole fishing and use a pot to drop it in. But a nice dinky little thing. This is retailing around €5.60 and well worth the investment. This is the number 2 elastic, and that's perfect for the range I'm fishing for. If I was using the number 1 elastic, I'd probably be more on a canal where I'm not really going out far at all. The maggots we're using today are from MIA, and Main Irish Angling organised their maggots from a place called Toomans. Now Toomans produce the best maggots in the country, bar none. They are superb quality. Now, gone are the days where we only had red and white maggots. Red and white maggots were the mainstay of Irish anglers for as long as I can remember. Having been a UK angler for years, we had all different colours, and bronze maggots were one of the favourite maggot colours in the UK for years. They used to use a thing called chrysodyne, which was a colourant that made the maggots go bronze. Now chrysodyne got taken off the market a while back because it is carcinogenic. Unfortunately for the angler, because chrysodyne, whatever smell it imparted onto the maggots, it made them very attractive to fish, and fish love them. The new bronze maggots, they don't tend to have the impact of the old ones because they use a different dyeing process now. But that said, they give us variety. Now, as I said, the mainstay of the angler here in Ireland has been red and white. Now we have fluoros, we have discos, we have every single colour you can want. Now today has been a bit of a grueler. We've had temperatures over 25 degrees today, and it's been hot all day. The sun is just beginning to dip down, and I'd expect the fishing to switch on now. But it's been very, very slow, so I can't show you any fish I've caught because the couple of little rudd that we caught earlier on have all since long gone back. But one thing I will say, and it's an important note, I keep my maggots in a fridge at home. I have a designated fridge for my maggots, and it's kept to about 0 degrees, so the maggots are ultra cold. Coming here today, there's been zero cover. You're outside in it, and the air temperature is really warm. It's been hitting, as I said, 25 degrees. There is nowhere that the maggots aren't going to get hot. And you know what? I've used these maggots all day in the sunshine, and I haven't had one turn into a caster, not one. Normally by now, any other bait I'd be using, any other maggots from any other company, would have turned into casters, and not only would they have turned into casters, half of them would be floating. Not one turning. I don't think that's ever happened to me, ever, including in the UK. I've never had that situation where the the maggots have been so good quality, they don't turn in these conditions. So thumbs up to MIA. Now, yes, Tumans are available everywhere else. One thing I do love about the MIA setup is when they get the maggots in, they riddle them, take off all the sawdust, and then they put in maize, which polishes up the maggot and keeps them really, really fresh. And it makes all the difference. And also then they supply them in these little tubs, ready to go, so that you don't have to worry about you know, most tackle shops tend to put maggots into plastic bags, and this is one thing I see all the time, and it freaks me out. There's anglers turning up to venues. Now, granted, I usually can rate an angler very quickly by the way he carries on with his bait. I think, you know, good anglers always use good bait and look after their bait. But I've seen too many novice anglers as well turning up to a fishery where they have a plastic bag full of ammonia-ridden, sawdust-filled maggots, and they expect to catch fish. You know, it just is not going to happen. Yes, you may catch a few, but you know, good quality bait will always catch more fish. And in fishing is a game of luck. But what you need to do is you need to increase your chances of luck. So by using good tackle, by using the right tackle, by using the right bait and the best quality you can afford, you're upping your chances of things coming together for the fish of a lifetime to hit the line. It doesn't always happen that way, but that's the idea. So this is a quick look at, you know, bait and bait delivery. We're at Lyrene Course Lake. Carp Lake is just behind us, and this lake is stuffed full of some cracking looking fish. There's golden tench, green tench, there's carp, common mirror leathers, there's koi's in here, there are big bream, big hybrids. There are, I mean, the bream run over 12 pound, the hybrids over 5. Rudd, roach, perch, eels, you name it, it's in here. And guys are catching great bags here at the moment. Unfortunately for us, because of the conditions here, to be honest with you, I looked at the weather forecast and wasn't really going to come. But I thought, you know what, I may as well be blanking here as sitting indoors, you know, looking out the window at all the sunshine. It's better to get out and get a hit of vitamin D every now and again. So, as I said, quick video. Check out Lyrene Course Fishery, absolutely cracking venue. Really, really comfortable fishing, really nice setup, and some cracking fish in here. By the way, the carp run to about 20 pound in this lake. Tench run to about 6 or 7. The bream run to 12. The hybrids, as I said, they're over 5 pound. I know there are a couple of high 6s and 7s in here. Roach are over 2 pound. Rudd are over 3 pound. Yeah, I mean, there's fish in here that could satisfy any angler. It's just a matter of catching them on the right day where they're going to have a feed. There's a few bubbles coming up in the swim now, so we're just going to keep feeding and hopefully something might come right for us.